That's what I was waiting for. Hey, everybody, welcome back to Indiana Success Happy Hour. Brian Quinlan here from Daniels Real Estate.
Brad Ness Mortgage Nickham here.
Well, you're really jacking that up. Last episode, you screwed that up too. And you may notice another new face sitting next to me, sir. Please tell the folks who you are.
Yeah, so I'm Jack Christy Jr. I have a local auction company my father and I own. We're on the south side of Indianapolis. Been in business 50 years, so been serving a lot of folks and doing a lot of estate and commercial, do a lot of real estate. So we do a lot of stuff in the auction world.
So this is maybe a little sidewinder real estate edition.
Based on age, he is also the newest face here at the bar today.
That is correct, because you're old, and I'm not as old.
Yeah,
but you are.
What are
Hey,
you drinking?
Oh, look at you! You beat me to the punch. All right, we have the Dude Abides, which is a pilsner from Bad Dog Brewing Company. Why would you put that away? We're advertising.
I know this part was in his space.
Oh, all right. Well, that's bad. All right. Well, either way, Dude Abides, Bad Dog Brewing Company, based here in Indiana, and I always like their logos. They have some fun little art designs on here.
Is that supposed to be Jeff Bridges?
Yes.
The dude?
Yeah, the Dude.
The Dude.
Right now, the name of that movie escapes me.
I just lost it.
I know.
It's
The Big Lebowski.
Thank you.
That's right.
Thank you, Jack.
I'm big and I couldn't think of it.
I've never actually seen the movie.
You've never watched the Big
No.
Lebowski?
I have not.
You're such a movie nerd.
I know. That was huge when I worked at Blockbuster way back in the day.
It's still huge.
Yeah,
That's like a cult following.
I know. Apparently, I need to watch it, but
I know
whatever.
what you're doing this weekend.
Apparently. So this is a very light pilsner. Last episode I had an Oktoberfest, so this is a complete switch from that.
The last one was a little dehydrated.
It did. This one does not.
Yeah.
That tequila doesn't even have a label.
No, look at that. Is that amazing or what? Sometimes you get some really cool stuff in the mail when you
I don't
do
just
this
get random
tequila
bottles
stuff.
of unlabeled beverages.
Yeah, so my buddy Renac, who owns Carrete de Oro, which we've talked about on the show before.
We have.
Right? And Carrete de Oro has a fantastic Blanco, Repo, and Añejo. And he told me, he asked me if I was out of anything in a phone call. And I said, I'm out of Blanco. I need to order some. He said, I'll send you some. And he sent like a shirt, a hat, and then this bottle.
This random bottle of tequila.
So it's darker than their Añejo.
It is dark. It's like tea.
So I'm going to say this
Comes out like syrup.
is probably, no, it's because it's got that aerating lid in the top. I'm going to say that this is probably their new extra Añejo that will be coming out soon. It probably has a barrel number where here's going to turn around and ask me what I think and what I think the profile is and all that, and have something to do with there.
So this is the first time you've cracked that open.
Correct. Yeah, this is another
Well, okay.
2 shows in a row. Oh, wow. Smell that. That's some barrel.
That is
I'll try not to drop the glass.
barrelicious.
That does have a great smell.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy good.
All right. Well, here we go. The initial taste of random tequila here.
That's a dessert right there. That's creme brulee.
Oh.
That's Cote d'Agave. It's got a great barrel mustiness. That's
Okay.
going to be good. I'm going to have to order that one.
And I'm going to not throw Jack under the bus here. What is he drinking?
Yeah.
Jack is drinking one of 264 bottles produced of a brand called Musica. And it is it's just an Añejo. And it was aged in a couple of different barrels, and I don't recall them off the top of my head.
It's okay.
I do, right? You
know what? I bet if someone went to Tasting Tequila with Brad, they could find your review of that because you've had this one here for a while.
The cool thing about that is this brand supports Save the Music Foundation. So it's helping put money back in schools for music education. And they also support local bands. So
cool.
What they did is in the fermentation process, there's a lot of distilleries, not a lot, there's a few distilleries that utilize what's called the Mozart method. We've talked about it. They play Mozart music.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you not believe that?
I have a vague recollection of this lesson.
It happens in France. And it makes the yeast happen.
Sure, yeah.
So instead of playing Mozart music, they took one of the bands that they support that's a blues band, and they played blues music. And it tasted different than their other tequilas that were made.
Wow.
You got to have a fine palate to taste that difference. I would
That palate I
imagine.
do not
One
have.
tasted classical, educated,
Oh.
sophisticated. The other one tasted bluesy, sad, maybe
All over
sad.
the place.
Yeah. Like they took a drink over there, like, y'all, that's a great one.
Oh, did you try it?
I did. It's wonderful. It's got
Alright.
it's really good on the palate. I'm like I said when I first came in. Hey, I'm probably more of a bourbon type guy, and he's like, you got to try this one. So I'm pretty pleased with it.
That's a bourbon winner, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
All
absolutely.
right. Well, here we go.
Cheers. And the cool thing
Cheers.
is you're drinking out of a glass that my friend Renak from Crete de Ora sent us. So at the bottom of it actually says Crete de Ora. So that's kind of cool.
Nifty.
The whole pour in it.
This is delightfully refreshing.
Mm.
All right, Jack. Well, we're now on to the portion of the show where we're done talking about the drinks.
Is it the Jack portion?
This
It
is
is.
the Jack.
It's the Jack portion of the show. So, Christie's Auction House. Now, we have had a member of the Christie family on our show,
Uh-oh.
Aaron.
Aaron, yeah.
And we've had another auctioneer. on
We
the show
have.
that he's really good friends with.
Huber.
Oh, love Mark. He's a great guy.
Yep. Mark was a lot of fun. And so, Mark set the bar pretty high for auctioneers on the
I'm
show.
sure. I'm absolutely sure of that.
I'm waiting to hear your radio voice that kicks in that he has.
Oh, he really does.
Oh, I don't have a good radio voice.
My gosh, he can.
You do talk fast, though.
Yeah, we can. All of us can talk fast. Yeah, Mark does a good job. He does a lot of Bitcoin contests, and Mark and I have been friends for a long time. He does a great job. He's here local in Greenfield, so Huber Auction Group does wonderful.
Yeah, he's pretty awesome.
And all right, so for those who are Indianapolis based, where is Christie's Auction House located?
We're right on the south side, just north of Southport Road, right there in just real close to Greenwood. We've been in Greenwood since the mid 80s, and then we kind of moved up a little bit north. We do a lot of estate work, a lot of commercial, all the big companies and all the universities around. We pretty much do all their surplus. We are completely full. So our business kind of made a real change during COVID. We actually were live. We had 5 auction rings, ran every week. We'd have 1,000, 1,500 folks through there. I mean, it was just a sight to see. But COVID kind of forced us into online only.
Okay.
The prices went up. Everything went down. We're shipping all over the United States and other countries. So it does so much for our consigners now. Our sellers are extremely happy with what we're doing. Not selling as much product, but the prices are still there. So it's hard to go back to the way we did things in the past, but never say never, right? You know, it's always fun. I miss the 5 to get 10 to get 15, 20.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
I miss that. That was fun. We do
Do
like,
you do that part anymore?
no, we're all online. You just,
No live auctions at all either. Like even if I had like an estate sale at my house.
no, we just bring it back to our facility. It's so much easier. We don't have to worry about being in the house. So we bring everything back to our facility. Our folks can preview it. They have more preview time. They can see it. We've got our photo carts that look a little nicer. We can take some little bit more care on your items. So
You've got me hooked. I'm always looking for junk I don't need. And you'll be like, hey, here's a sale with all of these things. Someone's like, I'm going to check that out. There's none of that I think I need.
Yeah.
Any of that. These 4
Yep.
things that I didn't think I needed.
Those 4 things I want.
Yep. I think the first day we met, I was having the Melody Music auction out of Bloomington.
Digging
So
in there, guitars.
Yep. We had 1,500 lots of everything from the music center, from all the horns, the guitars, everything, amps. It was a good time. We do those now. We've got a watch collection. The guy just collected almost 300
You're
Invicta
speaking Brad's
watches.
language.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, so these are Invicta watches, which are not the high end, but some of them are $4,000 or $5,000 watches, and most of them are Star Wars, DC Comics. You know,
Now you're
kinda-
talking his like,
yeah, neat
I was
stuff.
ready for Breitlings and
Yeah, no,
Panerais.
Yeah.
That's DC stuff. You got
yeah.
DC and Marvel.
If you're a Star Wars fan, I have a
Star Wars.
28-foot cargo trailer of Star Wars toys that are still new in the box from the 90s, some are late 80s. Once we get some building space, we're going to unload it. It was all this gentleman that
Oh, no.
passed away, and we just cleaned out his storage lockers in his house, and my gosh, we've got a lot of stuff out there.
Wow.
I have a customer recently that just closed on a home that used $200,000 as their down payment from Lego sets.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Legos are hot.
My buddy
My
has a
wife
little
is
side
upstairs
business.
right now. Counting
Yeah. My
We
buddy,
make like $64.
my buddy has a side business where he does Lego sets. He actually builds them and then sells built Lego sets, which I don't understand why people would want that, but he makes.
That's like buying a built mop.
Honest to God, he makes several hundred to probably over $1,000 for some of these sets. I'm like, dude, what? I'm doing this wrong.
Yeah, there's actually a Lego place right behind us called
Yes, there is.
Block Party. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's within walking distance of our auction.
Full disclosure here, my wife works at the Perry Township Academic Center. It's right across the street
Yeah.
from you all.
Yep.
And I'm there on most Tuesdays. She's there every Tuesday, running the food pantry out of the back of their building. And so I'm often there on Tuesdays volunteering. And so I see the Christie sign all the time.
Well, you need to stop by and say hi to.
Apparently,
Amber and I are there.
Gotta
We're
come check out the Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, I'll let you know as soon as it gets unloaded.
And, that's a good time. That's a great segue for a little thing we haven't talked about in a long time.
Oh boy.
We are running the Disney Marathon in January because we raised $1,300, right?
Yeah.
To go to the food pantry. I matched.
Actually, no, we're over that. Oh, sorry.
Well, I matched
sorry,
with another
continue.
1,000.
Yep.
And then we had another guest say,
He'll
"Well,
throw
if
in
you're gonna throw in
1,000.
1,000. I'll throw in 1,000." We got like $3,300 going to a food bank. And Brian, who has ran his mouth his whole life, has never really ran.
No.
So,
And this past Saturday, Brad and I ran a training lap together. And so far, until this coming Saturday, it is the longest I've ever run, which was 6 miles. And I know there's still a lot more to go to get to 26, but
20 short.
I don't like it. Running sucks, but I have committed
How
to
did
it.
you feel afterwards when we were done?
Tired, honestly. I'm not going to say I felt good because I didn't, but I didn't feel terrible. So that's a plus.
Yeah.
And, one thing that I continue to stress in this whole process is running is so mental. Because there were many times running with you, Brad, where I'm like, I just really want to start walking right here.
I wanted to walk a couple times.
And, I'm just like, Brad's going. I got to keep going. And so it's great to have somebody there with me. Made it a little more enjoyable, I suppose. But, overall, I still don't like it. But I've committed. People have committed their finances. And actually, we had another guest on who said that if we do actually complete the marathon, that she will donate an additional $500 afterwards.
Oh, there you go. That's awesome.
So, yeah, we're nearly $4,000. So
what
it's
were
pretty
those
cool.
things when we were kids where we had to go to come from school and we'd have them sign up? They give us like $1
Per lap. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I
Mhm.
do remember
It's
that.
like,
Race-a-thon is often
race
what those were
$2.
called. Exactly. I got a quarter per lap. I'm going to have to do 8. Well, we're doing 26 for nearly $4,000. So
you're going to do it, and you're going
That's
to
right.
do 5.
I'm sure I will. But we also get to run through Disney World. So
That's cool.
there is
Yeah.
that benefit. Much
And
better
there's-
than running the trails out here in beautiful McCourtsville.
There's a Mexican bar there too, so I'm excited about going to Epcot.
We will. If you're stopping for tequila during the race, I'll stop on a ride. I think
We
that's
are
fair.
not stopping on any ride.
Well, tequila for you counts as a ride.
Yeah, but that's the next day when we're all done.
That's the next day. That's not stopping. That's just enjoying the day after.
Okay.
Have you ever run, Jack?
So back in 2019 and all that, but it was probably late 18, 19. I was getting on a fitness craze there for a while. So trying to keep up with my wife. She was running the mini marathon. I think she ran a half. And
Impressive.
and my big beer belly, I thought I better get to running a little bit, so
Sure.
started doing those. Actually, I did the Dances with Dirt. I did the, what's the Iron Man that they did? I did one of those.
Mud run.
Yep. And the
Okay.
Warrior Dash back
can
when it
speak
was
up.
still doing it. So Spartan Race. There you go. Thank you. So,
We do have a
I miss
studio
those
audience here
days.
today.
Yeah. My wife is joining us too. So, I miss those days. I felt so good. Now, after running like the Dances with Dirt was in Brown County, Nashville, and you're up and down that big ski
Oh my
slope.
gosh.
Oh, it was when you were done, you were done.
Yeah, that I will say one good thing about the choice of doing the Disney Marathon is Orlando, relatively flat city. I've driven through there enough. I know that there are hills, so it's not going to be completely flat, but it's not
Yeah.
like running through Nashville, Indiana or
Hawaii.
Hawaii.
My wife told me it was flat, except for the mountain we ran over 2 times.
Yeah, so there's that. And we're doing it in January, so it shouldn't be god awful hot or god awful humid. And we shall see where that all goes. But we got 7 miles coming up this weekend, and yay, 7. No, I got other things going on Saturday. But I'm running. by
Maybe
myself.
somewhere run. We'll run in the morning.
We'll talk.
In our last run, we did, when you're running, sometimes your brain thinks about things, and we were thinking about things, and there was a Hanna-Barbera cartoon
Oh,
character
my
that we could
gosh.
not remember.
Did you look it up afterwards?
Snagglepuss.
Oh, there you go.
That was a great cartoon.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, we
I'm
made
Brian, your Indianapolis realtor. If you are looking to buy or sell a house in the Indy area, I'm your guy. If you're coming from out of state, want to make a move to the Indy area, I'm your guy. Check out the show notes for a link. We can get in touch and get you started. Thanks for watching. Now back to the show.
So, Jack, this has been your entire life in the auction business because it's family related, or?
Well, I am a third generation auctioneer,
Yeah.
but when I was young and I just got out of high school, I wanted to get away from dad. You know what I mean? Just get out of the business. I was actually an aircraft mechanic for almost 7 years. I worked for ATA, the vacation airline. So I was working on commercial stuff. I was 19 years old working in Chicago, catching airplanes on the line, which they call line maintenance. It's when you fly in and you land in Indianapolis or Chicago, you've got mechanics there. They're checking the oils, make sure the tires are good, that kind of thing. If there's a problem on the line, you had to think on your feet. If something's broke, you got to fix it quickly and get it on back in the air. So I did that for, like I said, almost 7 years. And then 9/11 hit and the airline business and the airline mechanics were not needed as much, if you can remember that. So I had the family business to fall back on, and I've been in there almost 20 years now, back in the business. So
What's your favorite part about what you do?
when it's the job's done, you do the estates and you can get it done, and you finish things, and it's kind of like a stepping stone. Okay, this job's done, that job's done. And my favorite part is really getting the most money that I can for a client, knowing that I got every dollar that I could for them. Some of these folks that was their entire life savings, and now they're downsizing, or some of them are moving into retirement communities and things. So, if I can get them everything they can for their families or something of that nature, and some of them are grieving families. So we even have a chaplain on staff.
Oh.
So if, somebody's going through a rough time, we can have them come out and pray with them if they need to, or scream at their cousin for coming. No, I'm kidding.
Say, how difficult is it that dealing with families through that? Because I made the comment from somebody very successful just recently passed away, and we know some of the family members. And I told Tony, I said, buzzards are circling right now.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
And that is, even in our family, there was difficulty when a family member passed away. So how difficult is that really in some of the cases where there's buzzard circle?
Yeah. And we deal with death, divorce, and bankruptcy. That's pretty much, 80% of our deal. So yeah, it's bad. Sometimes it can be, but it is, you go out there and you serve the community the best you can. So, some days are good, some days are bad, some are fun. Divorces are not fun. Those are interesting.
Yeah.
I was thinking the estates and divorces, you probably play a referee a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. We do play the middle.
Psychologist.
Yes. I need a psychology degree, right?
Me too.
Mike really doesn't hate you. He just wants that cow.
Yeah.
He was conceived on that couch.
Yeah. I tell you some fun stuff though is when you find stuff. Well, we go into a home, and there was one time we flipped over a mattress and found a big bag of diamonds.
Oh my
So,
God.
You take it to the executor or executress and say, hey, look what we found. They're like, sell it. This is great. This is, or you find that gold coin they didn't even know they had, and now they just got an extra $2,000 or $3,000 that they just never even knew they had.
Yeah.
So that's kind of fun for those folks.
Definitely.
We've seen some pretty crazy
That's
stuff.
what I'm asking. What's the weirdest, absolute strangest thing that you've sold that sold for way more than what you thought it would?
We've sold a lot of stuff over the years. I think one of, some of the crazy things we sold, I've sold a full skeleton not too long ago. Came out of actually IPS schools. It was in a big display case. We sold coffins. That's kind of
Was
the
it a
morbid
real
stuff.
skeleton?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
It was an actual cadaver. Yeah.
Is that allowed to be sold?
Yes, you can actually buy them. We were cleaning out a storage locker and found a skull in there. So, we
Okay.
call the police and have them go do their background checks and all that. And you can actually, if you look on eBay, I bet there's a skull in there for sale.
There's actually a skeleton in my garage.
No, there's not.
I swear to
real
God.
skeleton?
Okay.
More than 12
It
footers you put in
it
your yard?
depends on who in my wife's family you can trust and believe. But they had a skeleton that they called Uncle Harry that was in her grandfather's garage in a coffin for years, holding a cigarette. And he was rented out at like Halloween for parties and whatnot. The theory, the story, the bullshittery was they're all farmers. And so there is a story that says they were digging up the farm and dug up the skeleton. But if you look closely, it does look like a combination of real bones with things that were probably manufactured bones. And so recently, I guess recent as last year, we were out in Ohio at her relative's house, and they're like, anybody want to take Uncle Harry with them? And I was like, oh, hell yeah. So Uncle Harry got brought to our house, and he's sitting in the garage. Hasn't been used for anything, but there has been a discussion of like whether or not that is legal to have, because there is the possibility that there is real skeleton there. And I'm like, well, I'm not telling anybody except the world of
Yeah.
YouTube now.
Yeah.
But
We have tens of listeners.
you seem to believe that it's not a problem.
No, and I tell you what, the worst thing to do is if you come across
talk about it on
ash.
YouTube?
Yeah, no, ashes are a big deal.
Ah, okay.
So, you know, there's been a lot of times that we find ashes and then we bring them to the family and they go, I don't want that, you know. So, luckily, yeah, exactly. Luckily, we have some folks that are in that can do some things with them and do their, you know, correct burial of them, those type of things. But, you know, ashes, if they caught us moving the ashes, it's like moving a dead body.
Oh my.
So you actually have to have a death certificate to move the ashes, just so there's a little lesson for you. Don't move ashes without the, you know, even if it was, you know, mom or dad's, you need to have the death certificate with you. Even if you're moving, it's in your vehicle. Technically have to
I
have
won't
that.
tell you the other story then.
Is there any chance we can get Harry on the show?
Yeah.
That could be awesome.
I throw him in the car. Halloween's coming up, Brad.
Across the state line or anything.
No, he'll just make his way out to McCordsville in my car, and
So-
we'll have the tequila in the casket.
There you go. Yeah, we'll have the Day of the Dead there.
Yeah,
that sounds
all
like a
right.
deal right
That's
there. All right.
fantastic.
So what is one thing that was so cool that you didn't sell it that you bought it?
Oh, you know, I'll be honest with you. Everybody asks me the question, what do I collect? And I tell them $100 bills.
Okay.
I just,
nice.
you know, I deal with a lot of hoarders. So it makes me want to clean my house out every time I deal with
But
one.
there isn't one thing all the time. There's not one thing that you went, oh shit, that's going home with me.
And that's more my wife. She sees things that she has to have.
You're like, oh shit, that's going home with me.
Yeah, that's it.
Excellent.
Goodbye. I
All
know her. She's a tequila fan. I like her.
Yeah. Yep. But no, you know, there's been some things in the past where it's like, oh, I really like that car. I should buy that. But, you know, really, I have 5 children, so I got to watch what I buy, you know?
You're telling me there's not one single thing in all the years that you've brought home and
Wife is shaking her head. No.
Well, I'm
No.
so glad I don't do your job because I would be that guy.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, I would
Again,
absolutely be that
You
person.
got me looking through junk to find junk that I want to buy that's junk I don't need. I only say junk because I don't need it, but I'm looking at it.
Yeah, there's only a couple things in my house that I cherish, and one of them's like I have an ashtray. When my grandma passed away, I lived with her for a little bit. We were building a house. Well, her and I smoked, and we drank Mountain Dew, and I wanted the ashtray out of there. It's a
Okay.
50-cent ashtray. That's one thing that I have to have out of the house. But other than that, don't cherish much. Besides
Okay.
my, you know, the time with you folks and with my
Oh,
wife and kids.
You know what you said in dealing with hoarders. I can totally see how that affects your thinking.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
You know, I know I have plenty of junk oil at my house that I don't need, and we could easily get rid of, but it just doesn't go away.
It's
Start a glass recycling factory.
Yes, you could. Yes, you could.
You got to start making candles out of them or something.
Reach behind you, Brian. There's a
Oh, yeah, the
slippery
slippery, yeah.
candle out of a bottle right there. So yeah, we do that. You always say it smells good every time you come.
I do.
Yeah.
It's not lit up though.
It's not lit though, no.
Still smells good.
I knew Jack was a smoker, so I didn't want to get him lit up.
There you go. More of a cigar fan.
Are we ready now?
to do a shot?
Yeah.
I think we should.
I'm ready.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Blanco.
All right. We'll be right back. All right,
Hey.
well, we're back.
Hello.
Hi, everybody. Thanks
Hello.
for sticking with us and magically appearing through the power of editing in these cool tasting tequila with Brad glasses.
Mine's a
Look at that.
Sabor and his is
In my cool
Oh.
tasting tequila with Brad glass is a tequila.
It is a tequila, and I can't really talk about it.
Okay.
We went all the way to Mexico to get this during the break.
During the break. How long was this break?
We jumped on Jack's private jet.
Yeah.
Okay.
We flew in. We landed in Guadalajara. We ran off to Arandas, up to a little town that I can't say, because then if I did, then you'd know where this came from. And then we shot back to his private jet. We flew in, landed in Mount Comfort. We ran across the field, and boom, we're here.
Huh. Okay.
I don't know where you were
It
at.
is. I had no interest in going. I just stayed here. So it's clear.
It's a Blanco.
It's a Blanco. Okay.
This
That's all
one's-
we know.
This one's only going to be released in Mexico. It's 43%
Oh.
ABV, so it is a high proof. In Mexico, tequila's 38 ABV in a lot of cases, sometimes 35%, right? So only a 70 proof, where our base is kind of 80. So their high proof is 43. But the high proof that's coming to the States is going to be 49.
Oh,
So
Nelly.
high
Nice.
proof.
All right.
I give a secret. It's NOM 1633.
You've had this before because this bottle has been opened.
Oh, I drank this with the owner in Guadalajara.
Oh, well, all right then.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing your fancy mystery tequila with us.
Tahona crushed. See the Tahona on the bottle? See the there's a Tahona there? See that? Tahona there?
I do.
A little sweeter than I
A
thought.
little more high proof than others.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do you like it?
Not as much as I like some of the others, but,
Okay.
you know, it's on the level of better than others I had too.
But funny thing is when you run a long distance,
Mm.
for some reason, it completely opens your sinuses up. Okay. And my favorite time to come taste tequila is after I've ran a long distance, because I can smell and taste so much more than what I normally can. It's amazing. And I had a bottle of Fortaleza, that a reposado that had about 4 ounces left in it, when you say. So I said, to celebrate your longest run, let's have some Fortaleza. And of course, he's like, "Not okay, it's tequila."
It's
Well, it
whatever.
tastes exactly the same.
So-
And he took the glass and he went, "Whoa."
yeah, I actually even said that to my wife. I was like, you know, Brad mentioned that after running, your senses are opened up more. I'll tell you what, that tequila tasted different.
And I think you said good, and you even
yeah?
liked the smell of it.
For real, I definitely
Yeah.
noticed some more scents in there.
So what we're going to start doing is 6 miles before every
Well, no, we're not. No, just no.
There'll be a
Super no.
review coming out on this soon once I'm allowed to talk about it, because it'll then be released. But
All right.
hope you enjoyed.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
What do you think of that?
So far, I like it.
Okay,
Yeah.
good deal.
Good stuff.
All right, so getting back to the auction house. How many people are employed there that determine value of things?
Well, we have 2 appraisers on staff, myself
Okay.
and my father. Now, being an appraiser, right, you go find the folks that are good at what they do. For instance, my wife is really good at trains, toy trains, model trains. So when I have my appraisal for model trains, guess who does the appraisal and I sign off on it?
Okay.
My wife does, you know, so
Toy trains. That's interesting.
it's
Oh,
a
yeah, that's a big
very
business.
yeah,
Yeah.
very big business. Yeah, we ship them all over the place. I've sold one for $7,000 shipped to South Carolina.
Yeah, big deal.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
Sheldon Cooper.
excuse me. Leading into my next question or follow up with that is, obviously people bring lots of stuff to you
Mhm.
that is beyond the scope of 2 appraisers' knowledge
Yes.
and your wife's knowledge. So at that point, if there are things, I just think of like the show on TV.
Pawn Stars. That's the whole
No,
show.
not Pawn Stars.
Yep,
The
auction show.
You're talking about pickers?
Pickers.
no, it's also not it, but that's okay. People would stand in line.
Oh, Antique Roadshow.
Thank you,
Oh, yeah,
Antique
yeah.
Roadshow.
Mhm.
So people walk in and they have this document that is dated 1785, and like, how do you determine the authenticity of that? And then how the hell do you come up with a value?
Experts. So, for instance, we had a gentleman walk in and, hey, I've got an original Picasso, laid it on my
Right.
counter a couple days ago. And I said, well, where'd you buy it? Well, I bought it in a storage locker. And it's like, well, I'm going to be real honest with you. To find a Picasso in the middle of Indianapolis in a storage locker is probably next to impossible, but it's not impossible. We found 2 Metcalf paintings that actually was babysat by Monet or I mean, it was just, I know I'm not an art expert, so I reach out to my experts, but they brought in, we went and had them authenticated and all that kind of stuff. One brought 50,000, one brought 70,000. So they're great pieces, but you know, if an original Picasso came to me, I would tell him, look, I'm not Christie's of New York. That's spelled with an IE. Ours is spelled with a Y. That's our last name. So if it's a little out of my scope, I will kind of turn it over to somebody. I don't want to cheat anybody out of anything. We want to be as honest as we can. That's why we're still in business after 50 years. But if it's something I can help with, it's great. I have folks that know sports memorabilia. They know signatures very well. They can kind of tell me, hey, we think it's real.
That brings up another good question. Autographs.
Yes.
People are absolute slops when they sign their name. And I look at that and I'm like, why? And then I think, what is someone going to do with that scribble and try and what? Are you going to sell that someday? Because I could have signed that damn thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And we get a lot of,
Yes, there you go.
Yeah. We get a lot of signatures in, and signatures are touchy. They're hard to do. So, you've got to know a little knowledge too. You got to think about, when did that person pass away? So we get some old baseball signatures as well. Well, the Sharpie wasn't invented. The blue Sharpie wasn't invented until 1979. If it's signed in blue Sharpie and they passed away in 43, that's not going to be a signature.
Joe DiMaggio didn't sign that?
Yeah. So you got to know your due diligence, do your research. So, and we do a lot of research online. Most of the folks that bring me items, they've already done their research. And I kind of tell them, hey, you're a lot more of an expert than I am. But in my expert opinion, what it would bring at auction is X, Y, and Z. We do a lot of the antique roadshows at the retirement communities.
Oh, okay.
So, it's fun for some of those older folks. Like they don't have anything to do. So we'll go in and have fun with them. And here's how to reach out to us, give us the brochures and hand out. And it really, like, you get a chance to actually work with some of the folks and see the other side of it. So
if there is a collection of things I have that might be worth a damn, it's baseball cards. Not a ton. I'm certainly not an avid collector, but I have, I got a box full, and I know some of them are valuable. If I were to bring said box of cards to you, are you like PSA grading those things? Do you send them off to PSA to grade those?
We can at your cost if you need it done. But I would suggest you doing it yourself. But I will warn you about baseball and any kind of sports cards. Anything after about 1975 got mass produced.
Oh, for sure.
And the quantity has just killed the value.
Yeah.
You get some old Mickey Mantles from, in some of the cards that are, pre-60s and things, they'll bring a fortune because they only made so many of them. We get the old bubblegum and cigar cards and things that, those things will still bring money, even if they're in rough condition. I tell you what's really hot, Pokemon.
Oh, yeah.
Pokemon cards.
Absolutely.
I sold one the other day for $3,300.
Yeah, my kid was collecting Pokemon cards instead of Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Now, with Pokemon cards, is that a PSA kind of thing as well? Or do you guys value Pokemon cards?
They were already graded, luckily,
Oh,
the
okay.
ones that came to us. Now, like I said, I don't grade anything. If it needs to be sent out, we will. I can't really authenticate some things. Like I said, we've been in business so long, I can kind of tell you, hey, I think it's probably especially furniture, since I've been around some of that. Hey, this looks like it's probably mid-century, or hey, this is probably a little maybe antique. And antique is 100 years old, which is a thing that a lot of folks don't know.
That's a really good tidbit. Thank you.
Yes. If it's not 100 years old, it's not antique.
Oh,
so
okay.
4 years away.
You are not antique.
What if I brought you every Elvis album in the sleeves with the plastic film?
those are okay. We did a Beatles though, and they had the Beatle collection we had was tremendous. We had dolls and I forget the cover name where they screwed up the cover and they had to actually put something over the top of it, and I can't believe it's slipping my mind.
Right album, isn't it?
Yeah, they did a different cover on it, and I keep wanting to say a scrub cover, but it's not. But they did something over the cover, and we had some originals still in the plastic, and they brought thousands of dollars.
I've got every Elvis album in the plastic in the sleeves.
Huh.
It might be worse. I haven't sold very many Elvis albums in the sleeves.
A hoota.
So, all right. Someone has a family member that's passed away. There's an estate involved, and now they need to get rid of all the stuff. What's their first step in trying to get you all to help them out with that?
Yeah, reach out to us, give us a call, see us on our website. You can email me personally, and usually what I ask is send pictures first. We get about 50 to 60 calls a day. I can handle about one. I mean, when you've been in business so long and been so trusting and honest with folks, so if they can send me the pictures to my email, which is jackjr@christies.com.
You know what? We'll have it here on the screen.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, if you send me the pictures, I can give them an idea. Please forgive me. It may take me a while to get back because I get tons of email and lots of people wanting to sell, which is wonderful, but I can't serve everybody.
You have a truck full of Star Wars stuff you need to go through, people. Give them a minute. He's got stuff to do.
Yeah, we have about 6 months worth of merchandise at our facility. So we have 26 cargo trailers and 13 semis.
Is it just one facility?
One facility.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow. Is there any talk of expansion because you need more space?
Well, then I got to hire people. So we had about 65 employees in the live day. I'm down to 13. And that's just running top speed at our facility.
So after they left you, they went and did roofs with Aaron?
Actually, yeah, Aaron did. We hired a lot of our competition. So Mark used to be an auctioneer for us. Zach Burgess, which is another auction company around here. So
Burgess was on the show.
Oh yeah,
right,
Jake,
he was.
yeah.
Jake's a buddy of ours.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
So I hired a lot of our competitors because it was just a huge ordeal there. Just about every major auction company around the Indianapolis and surrounding area worked for us.
So, back in the day, this is going back to like 2000.
Mhm.
We used to go to this auction house that was on Lafayette Road.
Yeah, Earl's.
Is that Earl's auction?
Mhm.
Okay. And then we would buy he'd have the coolest things he had was mostly model homes.
Yep.
That the builder was then selling all of the furniture they put in those model homes. And my loan partner, Matt, he bought this $10,000 worth of beautifully brand new bedroom furniture, for $2,000. And we outfitted an entire office of Bank One when Bank One Financial closed. They liquidated I have tons of cabinets still left over from that. Cabinets and desks and chairs, pennies on the dollar. And then I didn't know if they were even still around anymore.
Yeah. Earl Jr., Earl Sr., it has passed away. And Earl Jr., he's kind of starting to retire. He turned it over to his daughter and brother and son-in-law, and Brandon and those folks are doing a great job. They're doing a lot of store returns lately, but they do occasional estate work here and there. Pre-COVID, there was about 20 auctioneers in the Indianapolis area. I'm not talking about the outskirts, but there's down to about 2 major ones left doing estate work. There's a few smaller ones that are starting up, which I'm glad to see them come in. It's kind of like having a concrete company, having 20 concrete companies, and then COVID, there's down to 2. It's like, yikes, I can't get concrete. Yeah, I can't do it all. Exactly. But, we actually are starting to do a lot of the model homes. We've always done a few here and there. We're starting to do quite a few more, and a lot of commercial, and we do just a whole lot for returns for farm fleet. I really can't say the name of the company, but it's a major company in the Indianapolis area that we do their store returns and things for.
Then that's a good business for people who Poshmark and sell things online. And that's a lot of people will buy pallets of stuff.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Do those too?
We don't sell too many pallets. I like breaking them apart because I'm trying to get as much as I can. I get paid on commission,
Yeah.
Yeah. And vehicles, we don't even charge. We charge $150 to sell a vehicle or a tractor or something with us. So it's only $150, and you can put a reserve on it. So I get paid on the buyer's premium. That's the only way I get paid.
Can you sell that?
Yes, absolutely. I've got a really cool. If you guys are looking for anybody needing a Jeep right now, closing next Tuesday, 8,000 miles on it. It's a 2019 out of an estate. Yeah.
She's shut
my
up.
wife wants to buy it.
There's one replacing that one. That's why I need that.
Oh.
So you said all of your stuff is now online.
Yes.
Is it 24 hours a day, or do you put new things up on certain days of the week? How does all of that work?
So we are 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can bid on things.
Sure.
Our auctions are every Wednesday. That's our personal property auctions. Those are going to be all your store goods and that kind of stuff, or estate items. So we do that Wednesday. So it starts at 9 o'clock. Now, we don't slam everything shut and you don't have to worry about getting outbid that last second. So we have a 1 minute clock. And once that ticks down, if somebody bids within that minute, it resets the clock. So you don't have to worry about 3, 2, 1, somebody outbidding you. And it drives me nuts too.
Yeah, there's a watch website that I watch that I won't say the name, it's Braillesley. And I find a watch on there that we like, and then I'm gonna 3, 2, 1. I win. Nope. Another 2 minutes, and then I lose. Because I go above what I want to go above. Haven't won one of those watches yet.
Bugger. The website for that is
Christys.com, CHRISTYS. Not the IE. We're not part of that, affiliated with the Christie Sotheby's. This is our last name.
All right.
Christie's, that one's like a New York or something.
High-end art. They sell the big stuff. You know, we're just an estate company.
Too?
They may do some large commercial. I don't.
They do. Okay, never mind. That's correct.
They do auctions too, right?
They do.
Yep.
Sotheby's is a big famous thing. So
mixing it up.
So is there like a tip line of, hey, I found something really cool on your website. Make sure I win this?
No, but I will tell you a good tip. Just wait until the closing time. If you go in, you can put a max bid on it. Say it's sitting at $5, for
I
instance.
just did on a guitar. I put a max bid on it and I woke up and lost.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's why I say stick with it. You never know. And that's why we try to close ours during the day. I will tell you, I've noticed we do ours during the day. All of our auctions, like our vehicles and equipment, the first Tuesday of every month. We do ours during the day because people will bid at work, but they won't bid at Johnny's soccer game. You know, Johnny's soccer game is more important than that item I need to buy. So
that is.
We do ours during the day because work's not that important.
So more downtime.
Just so you know, that's why I lost the guitar.
Son of a bitch.
I see an American Standard Fender red. Don't need this at all. I'd have to buy another hanger, and I lost.
Hey, I've got a couple hangers in the auction next week, by the way.
Sure
See?
you do. Yeah. I'll probably win the hanger.
Yeah, shameless plug on my end.
So, has anybody ever had you price out a bar full of maybe tequila or bourbons or whiskeys?
I've done some appraisal on bourbon work and that kind of thing. My father, you know, we've been in the business a long time. So a few years ago, he come up and he's like, hey, I got this bourbon collection. I think I need to run to the liquor store and see. And he shows me pictures. I'm like, you're not going to find any of this in a liquor store.
Oh, no.
So I got to go look on the websites, you know, that I shop on, like Nestor Liquor and stuff like that, to find them. You know, when one of my appraisers went in looking at a house, and we have some folks that'll go out and look at estates. He came back, he's like, oh, the lady had a bunch of liquor. And I'm like, wait a minute. Call her back, because he's like, it was Pappy something. I don't know exactly. She had about 40 bottles. She just gave it to the neighbor.
God.
And I'm like, wait a minute, we could sell that.
John Daniel.
That guy's got some bourbon. I'm not sure he's got 40 bottles of Pappy, though.
I've always wondered, you know, because there's a lot of value in what resells. Now, none of mine, most of mine have been open. You know, so then stuff doesn't have that value. But I wondered if there's really a resale to those things when you have them. So
absolutely. Actually, I've got just got an email today. We do all of the ATC which is the Alcohol Tobacco Commission. We do all their liquor license sales for them. So we're actually the auctioneer that goes and calls the bid for the liquor license. The first one I got to do was during COVID time. They said, oh, the highest one you'll ever sell is maybe $300,000. You know, that, don't worry about that. The first auction we got up, the first license, and they told me it was going to take 2 days. I got it done in 4 hours. So we stood up there, the first license, 630,000. The next one was, you know, 780,000. And I just kept hammering these things off, and everybody's heads was spinning. I sold one for $2.9 million, just the liquor license in Crown Point.
Fox told you thank you, didn't
Is there an item that is in your memory as like the most expensive thing ever? Maybe not the item, you don't have to say what that is, but like price wise, what's the highest you've ever sold something?
Well, of course, the liquor license for the first time I hit $1 million, I've never sold anything over $1 million. So when I hit the $1 million, I went, oh gosh, what's the next increment?
Nice.
You know, yeah, I'm like, hey, you know, when you're selling there 500 to 525, you know, 575, 600,000, you know those kind of things. But once you go $1 million and,
I mean,
What is the next?
That's
fault?
exactly what I
Is
did.
that what it is? 1.1 from?
Yeah, 1.1, 1 point. I figured it out now.
Point.
But yeah, we've sold some, vintage Mercedes for over 100,000. We've sold some things like that. Of course, real estate's probably our number one highest dollar,
Sure.
that we've sold. But personal property wise, we've sold some pretty big things.
So like I like to play guitar, so I watch people play
Mhm.
guitar, right? So do
Yeah.
you like to watch auctions? Like,
Occasionally. So we all have our own, if you heard Mark, I don't know if he was big calling on the show. If you listen to him, to myself, we all have our own little flavor.
Right.
They call them filler words. And so
Right.
here's some fun stuff. I don't know if he told you that, but so, you're besides just going 5, 10, 15, 20, there's a filler word to make it more of a chant is what they call it.
Okay.
So I use bid again a lot, 5 to get 10, or would he give 5 to get 10, Woody Woodpecker,
Yeah.
Would he give? Would he give? 5? Would he get 10? 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 You just get faster and faster and faster at it. So yeah,
Those are nonsense
Now,
words.
do
It's
you-
would again.
Yeah.
Would again.
do you ever just flip something that means absolutely nothing?
oh yeah. Sometimes
fun with that. Just make up some
Oh,
bullshit.
yeah, I've
It's awesome.
So it's like a rapper on meth.
exactly.
Okay, do it.
It's the only way a white guy can sound like a good rapper, right?
Oh,
And somebody got 5, but get down 10, but get 10, but get 15, 20, but get down 5, down, but get down 5, 30, now 5, here, but get
You sound
5,
like
but get
yourself.
$40, 45, but get down 50, now 5, 55, but get down $60, yeah, but buy $60, 5. So we all sound different. Now, car auctioneers might go a mile a minute. I've had a car auctioneer or two on our block. It was like, I got to get them down. In the estate world, I have a little bit older folks. But yeah, but if you put me in a car auction, I'm very slow. What you just heard is, these guys are going a mile a minute. And in a car auction world, those buyers would be like, they're professional buyers. They're like, get him down. I've got to go.
that guy's too slow.
Yeah.
So like I enjoy watching like Meekum.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, I love it.
When I was a kid, I got the opportunity to go to the cruise. Back
Yep.
when cruise was a real auction in
Yep.
Albany, right? It was at the school
Yep.
still, and I got to go there and watch people buy, an old Ford Mustang, and the next one was a Lamborghini. And
Yep.
like that was so like, I don't know, romantic, I think is the word to use. It was just like so fun and so cool, and it dove you into this whole thing and made you want to buy it, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know, I think it's just
Yeah, so I actually went to that school, Reppert Auction School, back in 2005. Our family owned it for about 6 years, and we brought it here to Indianapolis and taught the school here.
because that was in
Auburn.
Auburn.
Yep,
yeah.
and so they've actually moved it back. John Cruz bought it. Dennis was the previous owner, his father, and Dean Cruz had the Cruz Auction Park. And actually, I'm going there September 12th. Is their next set?
They have it every September. Isn't that the biggest one?
Yeah, their auction school. So they're not doing the auctions anymore up there. Now, John Cruz has Worldwide, which is across the street. If you remember, there's the museum that was
at the school, and then
yeah, they moved it all across the street. I think there's a sports park going in there. Forgive me, I don't know exactly, but
okay.
but yeah, John Cruz has his. It's called Worldwide now. So it's not the Cruz Auction Park anymore, but it's called Worldwide. He does the big high end cars, and I get to go to auction school, and guess what? I get to go see them all because we're back in the back, and it's like, oh, this stuff's so cool,
But that was when, like you'd see Jay Leno and
Yeah.
all of the big famous car people. But Meekum, I think, kind of has stole that light a little bit.
A little bit,
Well, on TV.
There's enough of those guys out there, just like Indianapolis. I can't do it all, right?
Right.
Well, not Barrett Jackson, not Meekum. They can't sell it all,
Right.
And I get a lot of cars that come through ours that probably not Barrett Jackson or Meekum quality,
Right.
but they'll actually probably bring more at my facility because I don't have that buyer that's going to pick it apart as much. I got the buyer that's going to take it home and drive it and enjoy it,
Yeah. We went to the one in Scottsdale. It's the
Yeah, the Barrett.
Scottsdale, and that was really more of a car show than an auction. You walked around and you looked at me and like, look at that Scooby Doo, like the real Scooby Doo van,
The mystery machine.
Yeah, they had the National Lampoon's Vacation.
Oh, yeah.
Station wagon.
2 of them.
Oh,
The
all
family truckster.
The family truckster. And one of
Yes.
them was used as a promo vehicle, and the other one was actually used in the show.
Oh, awesome.
And you're like, what is this ugly,
right. Oh,
horribly
awful.
ugly station wagon? I think sold for like $1.4 million.
Yeah.
It was like that just went in somebody's museum. Is all
Yeah,
it
it
was.
did.
So
Absolutely.
I do PA announcing
Yeah.
for Center Grove and
Oh, yeah.
Franklin College. And, when I go to professional sports events and I think, man, be great to be the voice of the Colts, Lucas Oil Stadium or
Yeah.
Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Like, do you have an auction that you're like, that'd be the pinnacle for you of announcing?
I'll be honest with you. I've never really been a good bid caller
Okay.
in my eyes. We probably all think that, but I've always been about online auctions. So I started doing online only auctions in 2009. And I've always kind of teased the auctioneers about, hey, there's a different way you can do these. But
Have you heard of it?
Yeah. So I don't know that I necessarily enjoy the auction block. Now it's fun, it is, but I think about trying to get that most dollar for things. And if I can put that online and the whole world can bid on it,
Yeah.
our reach is way out there compared to what it was in our live days. But I don't know that I would want to do anything more than what we're doing. I really enjoy working with the people. I'm kind of the back end guy. I love to put my arms around folks and just work with them, do a good job for them. I'm just that guy. I'm not the guy that needs to be in the spotlight or anything like that. This is my first podcast, if that tells you much. So I'm not out there trying to get
We're reaching 130 people.
Hey, and how
Actually,
did I meet you guys?
subscribers.
At a tequila taste.
Oh, yeah. So I will tell you if got quick second about my Brad story. So Mark Huber, that's been on here before, he invited me to a tequila tasting. He's like, hey, if you want to come out and try this. So my wife and I, it was a real intimate time. We had a great time and learned a ton. So then I said, hey, Brad, can I bring my friends back? He's like, absolutely. So here we come. Gosh, it's been 30 days ago.
We stepped it up.
We did step it up.
Stepped it up.
It was amazing. So if anybody's out there needs to reach out to Brad, I'm sure he'll do those again.
Yep.
Yeah. Tasting
Contact
tequila.
information is right here.
Oh, it's right here.
Yeah, ish.
Yeah, we had a great time, and all my friends keep raving about it. We actually left here and kept the party started, or kept going over there off Mount Comfort Road over to
All
Mexican
right.
joint.
Very nice.
Appreciate
But
you guys coming. I appreciate it.
oh, we're looking forward to the next time.
So you did mention that if people want to get in touch with you, email address, which I have down here on the screen, is the best way to do that.
Yep.
Or could they call Christie's and talk
Yeah.
to anybody, I assume? Who answers the
If you
phone?
need to talk to somebody personally, you can call our 784-000 number. But if you have simple questions, I do have an AI assistant,
Okay.
which is 791-4040. And you can talk to Lucy. Hey, what's your hours? How do I go about, who do I email pictures to? And she'll send you the email address right there. So, AI is getting better and better, right?
Yep.
Yeah. If you look at a lot of our descriptions, I'm starting to use a lot of AI in my
Didn't
world.
realize- Lucy's not getting checks for that. You met her in the parking lot.
Yeah.
I'm going to start checking for that 1099.
There you go. All right, buddy. Well, let's wrap it up.
All right. Are you going to finish that?
Unlikely.
Okay.
Have at it. Well, thanks for joining us for Indiana Success Happy Hour, Jack. We appreciate you being here.
Yes.
This
Thank
was
you
a
very
really good
much.
show.
Awesome.
Appreciate you guys being and letting me on here.
And I look forward to finding out how much my baseball cards are worth. Till next time. Cheers.
It's Brian and Brad, grab your seat. Real talk served with a boozy beat. Tune in, don't even blink, 'cause real estate makes us drink.